My homies keep on checking you out. They wishing to be yours and they taking you out. It's getting to my head and they pissing me off. I got some real ones and they tipping me off. I know you from the inside out. We do some real talking at my mama's house. We finna get something for $1. We might just hit home in a Honda. But are you ready? I am ready. Don't keep me waiting. I'm okay. I'm just minutes away. You can call me any day.
I feel like after this conversation, Charleston she's I'm recording some video maybe on 3 for my girlfriend. I'm gonna get to Diepcity.
Okay, yeah, that's
for them shout outs, yabo.
For them shout outs.
Can you my girlfriend one guy?
This guy has been saying he's single for 10 episodes in a row. So Mfundisi namhlanje
It reminds me of that guy Epolene, you know, when you get the man of the match, you get an interview. This guy, I like to thank my wife and my girlfriend.
My girlfriend.
Didn't he say like, what am I saying? What did
he's like, I'd like to thank my sorry baby,
sorry,
I love you.
Sorry, no, baby, I love you. Why is a boy need to go to
you have messed up. Yeah, no, I messed up.
But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to a special edition of the ByoPodcast Ingxoxo 99. Today we're joined by award-winning.
I forget that sometimes.
Award-winning, on an award-winning podcast. What are you talking about, sir?
Big Meleng is an award.
You see, Shaila,
but it's okay. Next time.
Yeah, we can always do another one.
We can always do another. Absolutely. What?
Chrispen Nyathi.
What? Yes, sir.
How are you doing, my brother?
I'm okay. And yourself?
I'm doing great, man. Finally, we've got you to come.
Yeah.
After 3 years.
Yo, we've been trying.
We couldn't
after 3 years, I know. Hey, but 3 years I wasn't even famous. 3 years back, what?
we couldn't get Mfundisi ngama weekends because
Mfundisi,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Melushumayele ngama weekends and you know. Yo push evangeli lenkosi.
Do people close to you even now start calling you Charleston or why?
I actually hate that. You know what I mean? Like, ngiyakwazi mfethu. I have known you for the past 5 years, 10 years. All of a sudden, young video call, hey, Charleston. I'm like, this nigga wants to show off.
Exactly.
Yeah, he wants to show off. And I hate that.
It's a situation where maybe that friend will be chilling with some of their friends. And they'll be like, I know. Justin,
ubona kuvela amakhanda nje ubona kuvela amakhanda uthi no, he's not alone. Yeah,
Justin, bro, like inyamle
TV has so much impact uthola ukuthi omnye umuntu sengambiza uJustin ukuthi ezoba ngumfundisi to officiate a wedding.
Yeah, I've actually not officiate, but like this other guy wangibiza eMpumalanga for an appearance. He's like, manje, do you think you can give me like a mfundisi vibe when you get there? I'm like, hey, Pella, that's now a performance rate now. We're not talking appearance now.
But do you get gigs for MCing or specifically to officiate weddings?
Yeah, I do. Not officiate. What does officiate mean? Being an MC?
I think that's different because I think if we're saying officiate, it means when I'm with
you may kiss the bride. I know. I never get that. I never get that.
You just stick to being an MC.
Yeah, I just stick to being an MC as a public figure. And I actually got invited to this other church.
Yeah.
And they're like, yo, can you pull through to the church? And an actual church. And I got paid an appearance fee. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
I got paid an appearance fee.
TV works, bro.
Yeah.
This guy could easily transition to being a pastor for you.
But what I'm saying,
you can, eh? You can.
It's funny how Uti, you have been invited to a church before, and Lati usubuyile lapha church because Lati were planning on starting a church of our own.
Lovely.
Can you what's the name of our church?
Satan Fighters.
Yeah, Satan Fighters.
My God.
So Is it a church or a football club, bro?
Hey, I'm sending it. Satan fighters.
It's
a business.
Hey, my dog.
Satan fighters, bro.
It's
Uh-huh.
a straightforward mandate that we have as a church.
Oh.
And you might be one of our first guest pastors.
Hey, there's a
Yeah.
Shona song that says Tangawa Dingura Sata.
Yeah.
Hey, I
Yeah,
rock
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
song every time at church. Every time.
I feel like Namsa
Fine.
Slama flies. I'm meaning, boys, do you have Doom or where is our Shandy?
I do fa.
And even this is just
Yeah, bring me that item over there.
So we say just slap.
yeah, she was a shy equipment.
These are the Satans we're trying to fight.
Yeah, I feel like these are the demons.
Oh, these
Yeah.
are
We
the
are
minor
fighting today.
ones.
But so to start off our conversation, how is it like growing up in Bulawayo, Zimbabwe, bro?
Yo, for me, there's really nothing much to say about it because
Yeah.
ngikhule, like a. Well, there are a couple of things to say, but like what I'm saying
Yeah.
is, I was still young when I was in Zim. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Yeah. I mean, I grew up in Bulawayo, and then that last part, because I came here when I was 15.
Okay.
Yeah, I came here when I was 15. So the last part of Leo 15, the last 2 years of that, I spent them in Makhaya, Plumtree.
Is it?
But yeah, the first part I was in Bulawayo. Firstly, Bengihlale Zinda with my mom and dad, and they were managing this butchery. Yeah, and after that, I moved in with my granny. My mom and dad went to hustle in Botswana.
Okay.
And Bengihlala na belungu, boys kaya, we call it a boys
Boys'
kaya.
Kaya.
Okay,
Yeah. Me and my granny boys kaya abelungu bahlala lapha phambili.
Okay.
And lo mlungu loyo bengasifuni ube like he didn't want abantwana the maid to be
Okay.
there.
The whole-
So
he didn't want the whole family.
wangibamba nge-phone call with my mom eBotswana. And my granny she doesn't really know English. Yabo. So it's like Charleston, Way, Charleston.
Yeah.
Hey, the name is right. Yeah, so it's like
Exactly.
Chrispen
Yeah,
in mom
Chrispen.
in phone in Botswana that
In
side.
Botswana,
I
that
can
side.
see my granny's never Saba, and this guy's right there with the eyes was peggy straight and he's not
Damn,
moving. Yeah, Nama was afraid. Mankulma no mama phone in. It was quite interesting.
Of which
you
I
know?
think is kind of weird to say that Umlungu or Ebel Shalalai didn't like you. Because in most cases, if you find maybe umzali ugogo a domestic worker,
Yeah.
you'd find that abelungu always have some love for abantwana.
Yes,
ababuyayo. You'd find
this was a
abantwana
different breed,
attend. Yeah, I
probably.
feel like this one.
So it's
was a
not
different breed,
not
yeah?
really Uguti. He didn't like me per se.
Yeah.
It's
Or he just didn't want to have
yeah,
the
he
whole
just
family.
prefer mhlawumbe
Invade space.
abasebenzi
Yeah,
like
yeah,
invade
yeah,
space. Hey manje mayezongena ephuma emsebenzi, and his car was quiet.
Yeah.
You know,
So
yeah, so ubungezwa nje ubuzozwa ngenje isikhonkothi ukuthi, and the guy's already here. He's getting out, and indlela yokuphuma there are two exits. One at the garden ngemuva and one in front ngasekitchen.
Okay.
Which is le angena ngayo, and mina mangiya back to a boys khaya
Yeah.
kumele ngiphume ngekhishi.
Yeah.
Otherwise mangiphumela ngale garden I'll
Yokuba.
have to go around. Yeah, so manje ubuzwa sekala. Yeah.
So, can we say that i-childhood yakho in Zim ukhulisa ugogo mostly?
Mostly, yes, it was
Yeah.
my granny. Young spoiler,
Vele, I was about to
I
say.
didn't know how to
That's the
wash my
soft boys.
clothes until I was, I think, 16.
Yeah.
Where my mom was like, "Ay, baba, wash impahla, baba.
Wash impahla,
Wash
bro."
these clothes."
Is there people you still remember, maybe like from Esizinda? Maybe Machita or
There's a guy called Dion. He had his brother called Terence. Terence was the rough one. Hey, Terence, yo, and he was a little rough, you know what I mean?
That's a hood nigga.
Yeah, he was a little rough. He was the younger brother. So bekamsabu potwake, which was where my protection came from.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But whenever Dion was not around,
Like,
le out ibingiphilisa kabuhlungu, le out.
yeah, speaking about your childhood, what are your top 5 childhood memories? Mawuthi uhlala phansi uxoxa about your childhood. 5 things that come into your mind right now.
Aish. So there was this chick I liked. In grade 1-2. Besifunda sonke from grade 1-2 esizinda yamaphisa.
Yeah.
And lo sis lona uyafika la, you know, we're both short and there's this rule yokuthi uma umfishane uma phambili. So I was the shortest among the boys and she was the shortest amongst amajita.
So you got paid to get.
Yeah, so manje masmile ume ngaphambili nami ngime ngaphambili.
Yeah.
And I always liked this chick. Mariaz mangumntwana uyasaba. It never really gets to a point where you date.
Yeah.
So I told Dion, my friend, and he was telling me about this other chick who was Kaladish like she stood out.
Yeah.
She's that. So man, she wasn't like I didn't know whether she was colored.
Like super light skinned.
Yeah,
maybe she was
maybe so,
might
but
have
she had
been.
weird hair. She didn't have like the natural, you know what I mean? But she was the only one.
Yeah.
She was the only one, scale. So manje, with this short chick, her name was Princess, by the way. I wish ngiyafisa ukuhlangana naye orang tie mathi, do you remember me from
Princess?
Please.
Princess, where's
you're
please, in the
Maybe we
comments.
can pick up.
If you're watching this podcast,
I'm famous
Princess,
now.
Maybe we can
He's
pick
famous
up.
now.
I'm famous now. I've got a lot. Well, like, yeah, it's coming.
Yeah.
A lot of money is coming. You
Dude,
know,
we can
maybe
live
we can
soft
share
now.
it. Yeah. So Dion tells me about ukuthi uthanda bani nami ngiyamtshela ukuthi ngithanda bani.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. This nigga blats out ukuthi mina ngithanda lo girl in the class.
Ugel la bekhona
The
eclass.
girl cried. Wakhala umntana
Why?
bani. Uthi ngithanda.
That's definitely how it goes. Grade 1.
Oh, wakhala yes, siyafika ematisheni manje.
Yafika
So
no
mina
Ngithanda,
ngithe
bro.
ngithanda ngithandani kumele yo. It was dramatic.
Did you go also hear about it?
No, ugogo at that time bekase at that time it was just my mom. Yeah. I fika ngendlini though. Yeah, ayizange ngifike endlini. But yeah, it was interesting. It was till today ngisayibuza ubekhalelani kahle.
Maybe she was overwhelmed, bro.
Yeah.
Like uthanda grade 1.
too much
uthanda.
Yeah.
Boyfriend, girlfriend. Like it's heavy, bro. Tell us about the story where you were stealing the chocolates at Pep.
That was fast forward in Zim. That was fast forward in South Africa.
Yeah.
I've got another childhood memory in
Zim.
Let's go.
Yo, there's a lot in Zim.
Let's go,
Let's go.
bro.
Zim. So there's another one where Bestjoncha Mapinchis from this neighbor of ours.
Before he turned his life around.
That's
It's a very tender age.
By then it wasn't Italian per se, it was just Ukanga.
Yeah, Ukanga.
It became Italian when I was now here at Joburg and I was 15. And one was from Limpopo, one was from KZN.
Yeah.
You know, that's when the Pep thing happened. But we'll get there. So this guy Stroncha Mapinchi Sigwak and all of that, and angkhumbula wasibamba kanjani. But I remember us as Banjiwe, our parents handed us over. Didila nabo. Yeah. I remember silele pants on the floor. Lomchite phethe uswazi lo pinchisi. Esinemba ndoda. Lasibunu lapho. Yo.
And in such instances you would find ukuthi qede bekushaya khonapho endlini
Nagini ba yeah. And that's I think that's what's interesting about Zim, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I came to SA it was an entirely different thing because mawungashaya umntwana uma ubuye vota. Yeah, ubuye vota umama wakhona.
Discipline.
Yeah, but in Zim washaya ngaphandle awufiki
endlini.
Yeah, no, awufiki usho endlini.
Now for me, I remember growing up, one of the most annoying things was mausekas. Then obviously endlini lafana no 2 rooms nyana. Bengakushaya dog, you can't even go to another room to cry uhlala la. So you can't even go to your room to go be annoyed somewhere else.
Yeah.
You just have to sit there.
Go to your corner.
Go to your room.
Suba nguhlala eceleni sofa khona ukuthi
Yeah.
right there.
Twathula.
Thula ukhala.
bakuphinde futhi.
Because I'm thinking of a situation where amakhiwa bangatrap umntwana or umntwana makawonile.
Yeah.
But go upstairs, bro.
Yeah,
We are knowing
yeah,
somewhere
yeah.
else.
Then when Mgcini, one room.
There was
Mgcini, go to your room. But
there was actually a scene.
but this is the room.
Yeah, there was actually a scene where Uthandeka Don King, amazing woman by the way,
Yeah, shout out.
Don Mashesha, of course, on
Yeah.
Diepcity and all of that.
Yeah.
Ukhuza ulungile usisika Knox lo omncane.
Sure.
You know, uyamkhuza baxabana uthi go upstairs to your room. And akunani upstairs, kusemkhukhwini la. You know, manje mase kahambile ubaba uyambuza manje go upstairs to your room. Uthi angibuye ngibona abelungu lapha eTV bathi go upstairs. So nami ngithi hayi akahamba.
Upstairs.
And the room yakhona it's behind the curtain, so like okay, cool.
The person is still
Yeah,
there.
he's still here either way. So
Super
yeah.
annoying, bro.
But can we say the upbringing of such men where parents were trapping us like big time had a good impact in our lives right now? Because I've been seeing people on social media complaining the city, hey, our upbringing, our black parents were toxic, hey, the best abuse. Can we say that the upbringing yet like that? Has it helped us to be the people we are right now?
No, I think it helped, man. I think it helped because buka le generation yamanje le engashayo. Look at them. See how wild they are.
Yeah.
Mina nje literally the only angaze ngibheme angiphuzi, you know what I mean? There's all of that, and I grew up ngidlala a lot. I wasn't a messed up child, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wasn't khona where we were renting, khona lo munye umfana utshontsha strong le mfana lo. Le mfana uyatshontsha lo ebedlula nami. No, man, I was stealing chocolates. That kid steals phones and serious things.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you like, bro, like ayikuthusi ukuthi utshontshe phone endlini. And afike ngaye endlini nabo mama babuza ukuthi iphuma up le phone. And that's when you see ukuthi no, this is a messed up generation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like literally I feel like we are the last good generation, the 90s.
The 90s,
2000s, nje, there's only a few people here that
people say everyone
that are
says that about
good.
their generation. That's
Yeah.
the 80s generation also say the same.
No, 2000s are messed up. I'm sorry.
I saw did you see that little there was a clip going around where these kids were at school and then it was high school kids. Besides happening on my paper, besides imitating konka.
Yeah.
And then the girls walking around wearing a sparkler. It was just like they were having fun
Exactly.
You see what life is.
Yeah.
It's a norm. It's a norm.
Yeah.
It's a norm. Uyabuka njenga. Khona video. There's a video that I'm sorry. There's a video that I saw.
Yeah.
Of this kid like uma wakhe yamthuka. What the fuck you, mommy? And I'm like, umlungu.
Fuck you.
And mncane. Yeah, you say that. Try
I
that.
saw that one.
Try that. You go and try that and you'll see.
So you feel like parenting style, you still believe in...
I still believe in Indo.
Indo.
Yeah, Indo kumele ihlale.
I feel like it teaches people to understand
yes.
risk and reward.
Yeah, exactly.
Punishment, le reward.
Yeah.
But alternatively, I think there's also a better way. Mayingekho induku. Umntwana kancintshwe izinto.
Yeah, we punishment.
You know what I mean?
Reward system.
Yeah, I used to watch this Super Nanny show.
Yeah.
I think it was on SABC3. Lo mlungu makafundisa abantwana bakhe ukuthi ungagangi and all of that. When you mess up, you go to a naughty corner and you stay there. That thing works.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know it seems like it's for
It's
white
soft,
people.
yeah.
White people,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? But that thing works. It actually punishes umntwana.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was actually trying to bring that system to my house. My aunt is 40 something, so I was trying to implement that in the house. Ay mara my auntie I feel uzoseka impama nje. Like I'm just trying to make this family a better family. Mfake khoneni or angabuka mopopai for like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
So growing up eKasi, I know growing up as a Kasi, as umfana, you would get involved in one of those fights. Do you remember your first fight eKasi?
No, my first fight was actually emakhaya. Was it the first? I don't remember, but
But it's the one you remember
the
the
one
most.
fight that I remember was in Makhaya.
But it was in Zim.
Yeah, it was in Zim,
Okay.
ePlumtree.
Yeah.
Siluse inkomo
Well,
Gomasendu.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Gomasendu, we need to be very careful when we say that
Yeah,
word.
Masendu,
Gomasendu,
because,
because
2 minutes
off
against
ramp
off
nje
ramp.
kancane. Hayi simoshekile. Yeah, so Gomasendu what's the I forgot. Gomazwaligwe to be specific, you know. So which is where I come from. So wonke umuntu ophuma la DM me mhlambe only females. Mhlambe inkomo zingabheka le.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
zithi komakhelwane. So yeah, man, siyalusa inkomo and all of that, and bestelelana vele nomjida, you know, bestelelana strong and all of that, and you know, man sadelelana and you have not solved it ngenqindi, then you know it's a problem. So up until the point where uyamsaba ngimsabi hayi ke man ngasabani,
That's God.
I'm like, I don't want to fight. You know, we ask now, you don't want to get there.
Yeah.
Mara obviously, magna money.
Don't mean
The
it,
guys that have
leave
been
it.
through it. So
Yeah.
they're going to push until you fight. Okay, uyamuzwa ukuthi uthini. Uthi akakusabi mfethu wena. Ingasuka. I mean, I'm not there, man. You know, so this guy kept on pushing. Everywhere he kept on pushing ukuthi silwe, and I'm angithole ngithrowa deal izinto engithrowayo. And I'm like, hey, lo mjida. Mangiphakama angenzi next. Ngihlale phansi ngiqhubeke ngento engiyenzayo, abuye futhi amosha, ngiphakama kenzi next, because I'm waiting for him to start. Personally, I don't want to fight, because the fight can go either way. You know what I mean? I don't want to be that guy oshayiwe, you know. Akekho ufuna ukushaya.
Even more.
Yeah, so manje, yes, you know what I mean.
Protect.
And he's younger than me, so manga ngishaya lana kushuthi now I'll have a younger boy ozobe lokho ehleza ngidele. There was another fight bake bangishaya ngenye intwana. Hey, I'm gonna go to this one. Hey, lo mfana wangishaya lo. Hey, yavele yabuya. Lo mfana, I think his name was Ephraim or something.
Still ePlumtree.
Emakhaya ePlumtree.
Have his car in
Emakhaya.
Only wrestling.
Emakhaya. So we lo mfana lona basluisanisa as usual. Mara bebengluisanisa nobhuti wakhe.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then they like uyamsaba ngimsaba, you know, and we didn't fight with the guy.
Yeah.
The guy's like, lo uyaphakama uthi awoza uzolwa nami. Ngithi asingalo. Kanti serious. Mina ngithi maybe he's just saying uthi asingalo, you know what I mean? I get up and usually the way prior to that fight, I'm used to the fact that I know we're gonna say tish, tish, you know. Umjeta mangithi tish ayasuka. Yo. Hey, and this nigga is not giving me a chance. Uyalahlela. Throughout. I'm like, okay, so this lomchita clearly la uyangishaya. Let me take him down. I take him down. I sit on him. Hey, lomchita.
Even from back.
Even from pants.
Yes.
Hey, I his punches were not very effective.
But they were plenty.
But yeah, they were plenty.
But in terms of the body, like the physique, were you guys the same or?
I was slightly more powerful than him. So me now, what I was relying on was strength.
Okay.
But and non-stop food. So manje, that's what gave him a win after that. And I was angry ngayendlini, you know. Ngashiya machita rabe ngihleka, of course. Semakhaya. It's a yeah. Going back to Umafachi, this guy, the one fight, Umafachi. The one fight that I remember. Umafachi. Loyana he had very powerful punches. And begati maga swinga idlula la uyizwa ukuthi yeah idlula no more. Hey, throughout the fight the guy landed one punch. But you
knew one punch.
So now eventually we get to this other spot. Uyangisukela futhi again as usual. And then I get up. You know, by boomba, that thing, you know, then I'm like, I get up, and then he's like, ta. I'm like, I put it back. He's like, ta. I put it back. And what I move back, it hits my jacket. They're like, I pela Chris Buisel. I'm like, oh, shy jacket. But you know, shy jacket.
An eye for an eye.
Shy jacket is a so. Yes. In my mind, the fight stops. and then we go back to ta. Ayasuka ka. In my mind, I remember from Hillside, there was this guy, I forgot his name. Very strong Shona guy, very short like myself. Marbebe Saba because he's tough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this other kid is like, you just wanted to test him out. Like, hey, Marwana Ngalwa now. You know? So I remember him, Magala with that big guy. That big guy walahlela punch lentwana yashona phansi esiswini. So I remembered that when our fight stopped with Umafaji, and I was like, I'm gonna do that one. I couldn't do it. And luckily for the first time, it actually happened. What? Ngashona phansi. What to eat? Yeah. That was my first punch and I was like, yeah, I felt invincible. Yeah, from then I basically because I was the only guy from the city. Everybody that was there, bakulele makai. Yeah, so now I'm pulling some Muhammad Ali stuff, shuffling my feet. My confidence is up there. Until Umafachi landed the one on the eye. Ngavele ngashona phansi, ngabamba ilihlo lami, I cried. You know? No, ngabamba ilihlo. Then Umafachi came in, started punching me while I was holding my eye. No, it's that thing, yo, hey, Mafachi, Mfet, come on. Umafachi, no, it was that thing, yo, ungaphinda ungidele. You know what I mean? He had won the fight. But now his problem, he didn't want to stop beating me up.
Was it Kodisi audience?
Yeah, that's when.
Let me just
that's when I was
doing.
like, in fact, this ngamkuka ngenyawo to the floor. Then ngam shy. Mayithi ngibamba izandla ngamheda wadumba lana. Makathi uyavuka nje ethi uzama ukubamba and my sengimshaya ngempama. Mafachi started crying as well. So now bangiphakamisa. Yeah, sonke siyakhala. Nami ngikhala ngiphezu kwakhe. You know what I mean? So sonke sesiyakhala
difficult fight,
until until bangisusa ngaphezu kwakhe because I wasn't going to stop. You know, it's that I know if we get up, this guy is an advantage over me. Yeah. So let me just finish him off here with whatever it does when we stand up. We are done either way, it's fine. He got his share. Yeah, but magaphakama sebesihlukanisile. I'm thinking the fight is over. This guy wathatha yabona lamahlahla laba biya ngawo. Enameva ngibhekele.
Yes.
Ngayo la. I picked up my own and then yeah, in our case branches.
Yeah, branches.
You know. Yeah, so manje you know, I grew up in the city again.
Yeah.
Influence of movies comes in. And luckily, these things were working for me because by my I block. So it's like a sword fighting. I'm up branches.
How?
You know, I block and minangim shala inyawen. And I tries to go for the head. Minangya block and shala inyawen. You know, until they stopped us. And Mafachi was not satisfied with that fight. You know, he landed, wife only revenge because there was a day kunomcimbi emakhaya uyangidelela and he wants to fight. You know, mina I don't want to get into it because I remember that punch, Angikhohlwa. And after that fight here to Nomafachi, you know, we're living and they're like, okay, bafet manfika lapha nisho ukuthi okay, benigijimisa inkomo and then nashayisana, you know. And then udumbile lana nami my eye is red and you know na unama slap mark here on his fingerprints basically, you know. And then siyafika lapha uyageza naye nami ngiyageza uyaxolisa mafa sorry mfethu sorry sorry sesiyaxoxa sokumnandi mara siyageza lapha. It's interesting. Yeah, it's very much
it's
interesting.
Crazy,
yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, man, that was one of my first fights. And then there was one in Jersey where there was this big guy siyadelelana in the match, we're playing football. This guy eventually he lands a slap, you know, and he's big. But one thing, I was older, but he's taller, so I had the strength advantage. So obviously when if we face off, he's gonna win because he has got better reach. So always take down. You know, I take down take down. Take down. So you have to be strategic.
Yeah.
Take
Play
down
to your
nje. Yeah, and then until bas bangisusa. Mabengangisusanga, I don't stop. You know, yeah, that's how I won my fight. Or that's my that was
The
my
winning
advantage.
streak.
Do you think also part of that fighting growing up also maybe added to whatever amount of confidence you need to pull off acting?
No, man. It made me. It made me like a little confident in terms of part wamanye machita.
Yeah.
I am free to speak my mind without being afraid. Le ngangishaya le. You know what I mean? But also after that fight I've never had a fight since, hey?
Yeah.
I've never had a fight, and that was grade 8.
Oh,
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you
I've
had
never had a
you
fight
had a good
since.
record, eh?
Yeah, no, I had a good record.
Give and
One
take.
loss,
Yeah.
2.1.
2.1.
Yeah, 2/1,
Then
whatever.
Then
Yeah,
the
yeah, thank you. Yeah,
yes, sir.
yeah.
then the pep story.
Eish,
what
the pep
happened
story. Yeah, so man, I'm a cheater. I don't remember how we started.
Yeah.
I don't remember how we started, but there was a point in my life where we're stealing chocolates at Pep.
Bese hustle vele or
Yeah,
just
bese
regular.
hustle nje ukuthi yazini siyongena. You know, we even developed a technique yokuthi because
Sabotage.
outside Pick and Pay, like where I'm from, there's a complex called Dara Center.
Okay.
So there's a Pep here and there's a Dara Center opposite Pep. You know what I mean? So Pick and Pay had these promo magazines.
Okay.
So we'll take those promo magazines, we fold, we bamba ngathi uyisekhaya. Ungene Pep, you stuff your PSs, your what's lunch bar, those
Lunch bar.
yeah, those bar ones that you can stuff in
Bar
there.
one.
Yeah, you know, you stuff as much as you can. Especially if it's those small ones, yeah, we'll stuff those one in there, and then yeah, this other time I ngachonja my Smarties, shoved them in my before we developed yayibona leanda bayama, I shoved them in my undies. Sangena Pick and Pay. When we're inside Pick and Pay, masithi siyaphuma, the security stops us. Like nina bafana niyatshontsha nina. Hey, uhlezi ngena abafana betshontsha la Pick and Pay. So woy man kancane, let me set you. You know? Like sitshontsanga next, like man ngachontsanga jumpana up and down all of
Ay, ay, ay.
Yo, I'm thinking Smarties.
Why did they take
So
Smarties
everybody
today?
else is, and the problem is manje sengizofele icala engilenze Pep. Because the Smarties are from Pep. Ngwatshontshe Pep. I Pick and Pay.
Yeah, dog between the doors.
No, I'm like,
whatever.
whatever, man. I'm
Yeah,
done
fuck
with
us up,
Pep. So I'm safe either way. I didn't think about it.
First
Even
kiss.
Sangene Pick
Success.
and Pay.
The stolen material. It's another crime.
Yeah, so manje siyange laphana besingayiyoshontsa, which is escorta a friend of ours.
Okay.
Wayethe ufuna
Jesus
ukungena
Christ.
ngaphakathi.
Yo.
So masiphuma sokuthiwa jump up and down. Mina my jump was just on my toes. It was a very controlled jump, you know. So everybody else shadowed me, and we're like, next, okay, Vayan.
Hey,
You
what's
know,
in that?
that's when I was like,
What's in
phew.
that, bro? Yo, you're
But
wild childhood,
the
bro.
memorable one was uyawazi umsika, you know, like itafula.
Yeah.
Kuyanetha this other time lo mama lona umuvela umsika wakhe ngaphansi.
Onganethi
Yeah,
khona.
unganethi khona. Nathi were there waiting for imvula ukuthi ime. Next thing amashita siyasignalela. And like I'm standing, umsekula. Itafula is right here. Umama uhleli laphi.
Yeah.
You know, then amachita so 3 lana, you know. Then siyasignalela siyabukana and like, okay, it's going down. Mama be snacking.
You guys even had
yadlulisa.
signals.
Yeah.
This was a syndicate, bro.
It was proper. It was proper. And yabona, if we continued with that, I don't know how far we're gonna go with it.
But
I
it could
think-
have ended up badly.
It
Yeah.
could have ended up badly because we're growing into it, and it
Because I
was
feel
becoming a lifestyle.
Jesus.
You know what I mean?
Into ezinje zilokuphela kufa.
Yeah.
Kuba slide.
Or serious prison time.
Yeah. It was.
Hlezi lo mchoma lesingauthiwa Aaron something.
Aaron
Oh,
Martin.
Odlala uCharleston.
Hey, we got Charleston here. And Bradley's a snob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
but proceed,
yeah,
yeah.
man. So ngithatha ama snacks ngiyawadlulisa. Umchito sekugcineni ngiyenobamba everything because he's the furthest from
umsika.
itafula. Yeah.
Ngathi ngiyibona
So manje
cool.
hla. My friend keeps on saying, I'm like, what's going on? Only later he tells me egg. So
Yeah.
I'm like, ngikwazi phela mina lokho ukuthi
Bro.
what does that mean?
No,
If
no,
someone
no,
died to
no,
me
so,
now, I'll be thinking maybe
Yeah.
3 more.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So I keep on, because there were eggs there, so boiled eggs. Hey, at least I'm hustling for the family. Onion. So now, we're thinking, ish, if we're gonna walk, the corner is far. So lo mama lo uzosibamba. You know what I mean? Before we get there, uzobonke stocks are short. You know what I mean? So we get there in the queue, like, I chance Ganeta, let's run. 3, 2, 1, go. We take off, we run. I'm sure later on she discovered stock.
Hey,
Yeah, I'm sorry, mommy.
but I think Ube sign language we at that time.
Yeah, then the egg was gonna.
Yeah.
Yo, man, is this actually sign language for egg?
No, this is an E.
This
is an E.
in sign language?
Yeah.
Where's Zilla sign language?
A, B, C, D, E.
Oh.
So you can Google.
This man is like, this is an E, but it's like A, B, C, D, E. E was something else.
That was fake.
But yeah, E.
In between Guaba.
Okay.
That's an E.
Oh. Hey, we're learning. We learn as we
in the
go.
heat of the moment, everything you say. Yeah, sign language, everything you say.
Tell me maybe Yankees like
Yeah, we Yankees.
Are you just making this up?
No, I'm not making it up.
Hey, you never know, because people say stuff. Here's the thing about lies. Once you say it and you're confident.
Yeah.
So
when after the conversation, like I always like to ask this question, being raised by ugogo, umama, lobaba, what have you drawn from them that you're still applying right now in your life?
So I can't really say much about my dad because he wasn't really present.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I don't got daddy issues though.
Yeah.
Just putting it out there.
Yeah.
So yeah, he wasn't pretty much present. If he sees this, he's gonna be pissed off. But he knows now, which he was not present, you know. And I don't have an issue with him. We still talk on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
My only problem is that, as a father, when I ask for help, you know what I mean. Mangizocela usizo ku-timer, and I'm like, yo, ngexakekile, please send this and that. I'm chasing this. Because there are days where I'm like, I'm chasing this career and I'm trying to, at that time I used to do extras.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And extras ilaba. You like background. You feel like
Hey, I
TV
want to be one of
today.
those guys, man. Yeah.
Send us something.
When you're an extra and you tell umphakathi today ngizovela TV.
8 o'clock.
Watch out.
Yeah.
And then uthola ukuthi ku editing like final
God.
product bakhiphile.
I have a question, and
Yeah.
so is it true that for extras they not supposed to look at the camera?
I think that applies to everyone, even the actors.
Oh.
Yeah, you cannot look at the camera.
At least now you know, if you're looking for extras, don't call this fucking guy who's going to look at the camera.
He wants to find out if it's true.
You ain't got to worry about me.
It's funny. Yeah. Well, extras of it. Yeah, but yeah, you would say you coming out on TV. Next thing, like yeah, that's me.
Or the
there.
guy next to you.
Yeah. That's me with the red hat. That's me. And you don't appear again in the whole episode. So being extra, being an extra. is
Relationship with your dad.
Relationship with my dad, yeah. Like, yeah. So yeah. So yeah, man, with my dad, he was not present. And I actually asked for him to help me out here and there. And he said it was not okay, which he might not have been okay. You know. But I feel like if you're not present for the longest of time as a father, then at some point you need to try something.
At least something.
Even if we
Any
500
amends.
rands,
Any amends.
you know what I mean? Try something, nanobayin, because I cannot say help me out. Then you say, nginamali. Next thing I see you posting, you're on a flight to Namibia or whatever.
bro.
Then you're like, okay, Marachi, you know, help me
here.
out. It's rough here.
And that time, ubungafuni isizumbulu semali.
No, I just
maybe
wanted
transport
something.
money.
Yes. You know what I mean? I wanted something to help me out with a couple of things.
Yeah.
Because at that time I was in high school as well. I was in a process of trying to fix my documents and all of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I was in because at that time I was using an asylum.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? So I was tired of these things are draining. You know, asylum,
Yeah.
going to the home affairs, maraba start queuing up,
know.
banjwe inkunzi
Yeah.
ngapha and all of that.
struggle, man.
Yo, there was a time me and my mom sabanjwe inkunzi going to a maraba start. It was very traumatic. It was very
Jesus.
traumatic. And, you know, I was tired of doing all of that.
Back and
So I was
forth, yeah.
saying to my dad, "Ngicela ungisize ngalokho, let me fix this
Ngilungisise la."
thing." You know what I mean? Because this asylum thing, yeah, like it's
Iyadina.
tiring.
Yeah.
You know? Like it's emotionally draining. Uyofika lapha endlini ukhale because bathe lapha i-system offline. You know what I mean?
That time it distance
Azuphila
uhambile.
kanzima.
Yeah, and the distance ohambile ukhokhela ubani ngemoto, and if your dad cannot help you out on that and you were never there in my life, then it's a problem. You know? But then it's for me, I became offended. Ukuthi manje now I'm famous, you know, I'm known everywhere. And then you call me and you're like, "Ngicela ungisende kanti le video le ngiyibone lapha, ngicela ungisendele." You know?
Hey, man, he's proud,
I'm like,
bro.
yeah,
Hey,
he's proud, but like for me, if that's the only thing that you're asking for from me, you know, then I'm like, so when you're only coming in to show off, to say,
This
yeah,
is my
my
son.
day, yeah, you know,
Yes.
it's
I think
tricky.
it's a difficult one.
It's a difficult one. So, but I've got nothing against him, Shem.
Yeah.
I've got
Yeah.
nothing against him. We're still talking as much as he always initiates the conversation. Uzuya complain and I would manje wena every time it's me. But I'm like,
Young
but we
Bluetooth
don't have a
Kantana.
relationship though.
Yeah.
We don't have a relationship. Yeah.
But that was the relationship between Obaba and Mama. Were they together or?
Actually, I don't even have an idea in a relationship yap. Because I was young when they left to go to Botswana.
Okay.
And then next thing they're separated. I don't know what happened in Botswana. I mean, I was with my mom, so I have no clue in a relationship yap. Ihamba kanjani. Yeah, I have no idea. One thing I know okay. So you know in a relationship everybody cheats. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I know
Nimzwile umfundisi.
I know.
Nimzwile
I
umfundisi.
know.
Please, sir, repeat yourself and look directly at the camera.
In a relationship,
Yes.
everybody cheats.
Nang
Fine,
umfundisi.
Ah, Everybody. Or maybe there are those few, but that's like one in
In a million.
in a
Or in a
million.
trillion.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's all you.
No,
Oh, that's
head
him.
really.
Okay.
Yeah, nah.
Okay.
You know,
We believe you, sir.
Yeah. Believe me, sir.
thank you for that.
Thank you for representing us.
Yeah.
Yeah, so man, you know, I would see weird things, you know, and my mom also told me weird stories about my dad as well, on who he cheated with, how, but I also knew my mom also cheated here and there. It was interesting.
Yeah, bro.
I don't worry, Mark. Dale adlula, you know.
Fine, like,
yeah, so like, you know,
That's a crazy dynamic. Now, I've always understood with most guys
Yeah.
know their dad's side of things.
Yeah.
I don't know as much as moms go,
But I
or maybe
think-
that's me taking from my own life experience and the people around.
Yeah,
me.
but I think with a situation here, ebe close more to Umasal
Umasal.
and Bahlale bonke for the
Yeah,
longest time,
yeah,
yabo?
yeah.
So I think that's the reason why. But yo,
Buzwa ngelitshe phezu kwendlu.
so ngena
This is before cell phones.
Yeah, uzwa ke or ukhwela. Ayazi day. Delu uzobona umama hayi. Uyazi the time. But that's his phumela.
yeah, I just put it up. So
Yeah, man.
when and where does the love for art come in? Art specifically the acting part.
Yeah. So in grade, I think it was grade 4 or 5.
Grade 5.
Yeah, grade 5, where I He has all the information. Like grade 5.
Yeah,
What if I lied in the newspapers?
I know. I trust my sources.
Mgcini is now a journalist.
Yeah,
you're a
straight
journalist
up.
now, my man.
Straight up. Hey, next thing was Kipinda was tell us what happened. But yeah, man, in grade 5 we had this like little play, where like I just had like a mini.
Was this in
appearance.
Plumtree?
No, this was
Sizinda.
in Sizinda.
Okay.
At Plumtree, I went there from Form 1, Term 2.
Okay.
Yeah, Form 1, grade 8 for South Africans.
Yeah.
So, grade 5, we had this little play, and I had like a mini appearance in that play where I just had to arrest one woman and then I'm out.
For 10 seconds.
Yeah, for 10 seconds. But mangibona labantwana belokhe bedlala on stage, and stage is very interesting as well because stage is bigger than TV. You know what I mean? Everything is a little exaggerated.
Okay.
It's not very natural. Everything is big and
it's
it's interesting. Thou show, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's very interesting. So when they were doing that I saw that there was something about that was very interesting for me. And I was like, yes, in Leng for life. Yeah. I want to do this thing. I don't know how, where, ganjani, but I took interest in that.
So it wasn't the fame element. It wasn't maybe you did your 10
I
seconds.
didn't even know. No.
When not Robin, what YOLO.
No, I wasn't even the important one in the story.
Is it?
Yeah. Like.
So you just enjoyed seeing them.
I just
on the show.
enjoyed abanye bantwana
crazy.
playing, and I'm like, these people are really killing this, and I want to do it as well. I wish I had a bigger role, but I didn't. So ngayithanda from there up until now. Yeah.
So is it the day like at grade 5, day ohamba khona endlini ebadaleni and telling them mom or dad, granny, I'm going to be on TV one day? Is that the day, or you had been saying that?
No, it
for the longest?
it was an internal thing. It was an internal thing.
I think
Yeah.
He dares a song mafaji. Go up again, what? Fuck this! I'm gonna be famous.
I need to prove to this guy.
These fucking people, they don't rate me here.
Yeah, I know, man. So yeah, I think the time when I told my parents what I'm doing, I've never really had, with a family that's not that literate. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, like there are no those sit downs. The family is usually more on serious things. Like it's not like that family. They built that system. You can come and talk to us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Umntwana.
Umntwana akakhuluma izinto zobuntwana, and that's it. Umntwana mayikhuluma into, it's not you. We all know it's not serious. You know what I mean? Yeah, no child can take serious decisions, kanje. You know what I mean? So it's one of those families where you're like, whatever, For me, I would get out and when I started doing extras, I'll get out and say, I want to go and audition. It's for a TV role. Luckily, my mom, she was like, okay, hamba. Nansi malivaya, And my mom was very supportive.
Shout out
My
to
mom
your
was very, shout out to my mom.
Which is
my
also
mom
a
was
pretty
very
rare
supportive.
thing, especially if I'm gauging from your age. Yako.
Yeah.
Most of those parents come from like a traditional sense of employment.
Yeah.
They know how to have
Yes.
and things like screen acting, content creating,
Buya
and new
sihlale
fields.
phansi, Yeah.
And for a lot of parents, I know even like a lot of rappers like to say, I wasn't supported, but you can't blame those people.
Yeah.
Everyone's just a product of their time.
Kulapho esivela
Yes.
khona,
During
bro.
their time,
Yes.
that wasn't a profession.
Yes.
So you're always lucky if you are actually in a creative or arts field and you got parents who were from an old section but still thought, you know what, I see what you're trying to do with this. I support you.
It doesn't even make sense. How do you make money? Like
Exactly.
You
From
know,
where they're sitting, it's like,
do you sit there and
Uhleli
people laugh
uyaxoxa.
and
who
make
pays you?
Yeah, kanjani?
Ingemali ngena ngaphi?
Abantu babhadale igedini.
Yeah, what happens? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So they
yeah.
don't know all of those things. You know what I mean? But my mom was very supportive. Shema ungisupportile umama
siyambonga
wabantu.
umama.
And the first time, I think it was in grade 12, where there was an audition for Skim Sam.
Yeah.
That was the first
were
time I
hungry
went
early,
to a
bro.
proper audition.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before that, it was small community theaters here and there.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? But then after that, grade 12, that's when I firstly got exposed to an audition, which was Kim Sami.
Which role were you auditioning
I
for?
don't remember. It wasn't for extras. For extras, you don't audition.
Yeah.
They just say we need 5 people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you have
The
the hands you have those weird people looking at actors in the background. Babuka my actor lapa.
Yeah.
That's because those are random people. I'll hold 150 for just being there. Oh, it's in hump. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
Which role were you auditioning for?
there wasn't really a role that they stated. They just said
Okay,
they
they
need
just say
people
come,
from this range in terms of age. Yeah. So nathi sahamba ke safika I didn't get to audition, man. I think it was a 3-day audition or 2 days, something like that.
Okay.
The first day angazi kuthiwa kwafika kwatoyitoya wara.
Damn.
So they had to cancel the second day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then tina masifika sisiyafika was standing around, what's happening?
What's happening?
You know, we had no idea. So we ended up not auditioning. We ended up going back home.
Do you remember seeing industry people
There.
there?
I remember seeing imoto eyayibhalwe Skim Sami, taxi
Okay.
eyayibhalwe Skim Sami, but coming to think of it now, I'm not sure if there was Skim Sami people in there or it was just the Skim Sami advertising using the taxi industry.
Okay.
Yeah.
That actually
But
makes
deep
sense.
down we're like, lishole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But
But the taxi idlulela.
Yeah. In pursuing the acting career, what are the struggles that you faced?
Yo. Hey. Yay.
Tricky question, yeah?
Yeah, no, it was rough. Yes. So firstly, my first, which is not really part of the industry. It's not like a part of the industry problem.
Yeah.
My first encounter was when the first extra role that I got as an extra, I think it was High Rollers, Ibidlala, somewhere SAPC 2. You know, it was about gambling and poker games and all, you know, those white stories. You know, so I went there, mama 50 rand, you're waiting Kibele, Alex, by busy Q Studios or something like that. It's not deep inside Alex, but it's around there. So I went there, bang nigga 50 rand, you're waiting Kibele. On my way, this colored, hey, come here, brah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kami,
Komiso sano. Hey. And I'm ngasondela. They give 5 rand there. Eish. Like, no, I don't have it. Like, what if I search you, I find it? Eish.
At that time, you're about 26 Zumbu, say 50 rand.
I'm like, no, I don't have it, you know. So manje lo mchita angazi wayibone kanjani 50 rand. I was like, no, I saw you there with the 50 rand.
I thought they guess. I thought you were.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah,
No.
maybe. Okay.
So I'm like, I
Psychology.
know. But luckily the guy was my height, so I could resist a little. You know what I
So
mean?
we did
Yeah,
50
I could
rand.
resist. That's my first
And when I think
role.
those sorry.
No, not at all. The thing is, I had a bit of experience here. Yokubanjwa inkunzi when I was in high school.
Okay.
Because bengihlala eBase Valley and I would walk all the way to Malvern, which is like 1.5 kilometers somewhere there. So now kuyo yonke le ndlela,
gonna
a
get
lot
you somewhere.
happened.
Yeah.
They're
A
gonna
lot
get you
happened from grade 8 to 12. I had a lot of experience there. So now I know how to deal with these people. You know, I remember running away from these Arklon boys that bebefuna ukungibamba inkunzi as well. So experience okubanjwa inkunzi khona, so I know how to deal with them. So magathi nami I resist a little, like, hey, you're fighting Sani, bambelana nami. I'm not fighting, I'm just saying, bro, let
I
me
don't
go.
have it.
Yeah, then he sees what I'm resisting, he calls his friend. Hey Mapi, this light is 50 rand. Hey, Umapi is the bigger guy now. You know, luckily Umapi, we play football together. It's like, this is my light, man,
Let
don't
him
worry.
go.
You don't know this guy? I'm like, I know him. But manje, he's like, I know, you can fight, it's fine, you know. Ngasinda kanjalo.
Yes.
Shout out to
Yeah. Shout out to my P.
Shout out to
Yeah,
That
so
was
that's how
almost-
I ended up gule industry. I mean, gule this thing, the high rollers. That's when I networked and all of that, and that's when I found out. Okay, 150. That was 2016, by the way. 150 per day.
To just stand around.
150 rands.
Yes.
Okay.
2016. Yo, that's money, eh? 150 per day. Okay, lovely. I
me
think I
start
want to
there.
do this for life. You know, little did I know, ukuthi, hey, yeah, we have seen these faces too much. Can we have new people? You know what I mean? So literally, as an extra, you can get booked like once a month.
But afterwards, maybe getting rejected being extra, did it boost you now to making your way to?
So I went there. Ngafika, it did boost me, but my initial goal, Vele, was to be an actor.
Okay.
Not an extra.
So Vele, that was going to happen.
Yeah, so I was banking Uti. Now when I'm here, I'm closer to this thing, which I was, Vele. Little did I know Uti, it's actually the longer route.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the taking extras. It's good because I'm an extra. They say, yeah, you guys are the color. You guys are important.
But they have to shuffle you.
We cannot do this without you. You know, but you're not actually that important.
You know
what I mean? They can replace you now. Yes, Tumelo, okay, bye. We're going to call someone else because they know there's always someone else waiting for an extras gig. You know what I mean? Yeah, or there's always someone else waiting.
I'm now also given my height and my hair. I'll probably be an extra once and then never again.
Yeah, camera.
Yeah,
hey, do you know how much trouble we have when shooting with someone that's tall?
Is it?
Yo, there's because manje frame we are born mina mabengishanga over the shoulder.
Oh,
you know,
so do you have to stand?
It's difficult, you know, because manje over the shoulder it's your chest. You know what I mean?
It's true.
And your over the shoulder is so
Vela
over my head.
What's up, time?
Shy monologue. Yeah, shy monologue.
Yeah, bro.
I
wanted to ask. Sorry. What's actually like the age ga Charleston on the show?
Yo, I'm confused about that.
Because I will say, I thought the character is kind of older than you actually are.
Yeah. So initially the brief that I got, said Charleston is 24.
Is it?
That's the brief that I got. But based on how me and Asanda were playing our roles,
it's much older.
The veterans of the show, like your Hamilton Dlamini and your Pramdu, they are saying, Charleston, that guy's in his 30s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, that guy's in his 30s.
Sorry.
Oh.
No, it's fine.
Okay. They're saying that guy's in his 30s. I'm like, but they say the guy is 24. So that's what I'm taking with me.
Yeah,
but
he looks a little...
Yeah. I get it. And the way he carries himself as well. You know, and him and Asanda, Asanda, that walk as well. So Vele, and she took that walk from her granny.
Is it?
She's like, oh,
did you feel like you drew umfundis from anyone in actual life?
No, hey? No, I at that time, I didn't really know how to approach characters.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Yes, I had a clue here and there, but I didn't know how to approach characters. What the character approach kanje. So yeah, Charleston, but my 30s it are.
Yeah, but, how did you actually get the Diepcity role?
The Diepcity role. Oh my God. So I started off doing extras in Njengoba ngishilo. I did them for a very long time. I feel like I need to tell this story before I get there.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know? So I did extras for a very long time, you know. Kulokho kuthiwa hayi mfethu uzodlula idirect kubone.
Yes.
Uzodlula ngelinye ilanga idirect kubone.
Yeah.
Hey ngadlula mfethu.
Yes.
You for a good from 2016 to 2018 ngilokho ngidlulile at the back. No director came to me and said, "Yo mfana udlule kamnandi mfana." Udlule kwabonakala. Yeah, I
added context to the story.
Bro, I changed. I used all the walks that I know. Hayi ngadlula kukho directors eke miyathi awudlule kwacaca. You know, up until I decided, you know what, let me get into features.
Yeah.
So there were also opportunities that came in. Features are like your one-liners when you, you know, you come in, you know, then you are done for the
or
day.
maybe coming in as a waiter.
Yes,
like
yes,
that.
a waiter is a featured extra.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a featured extra because sometimes they don't. The minute you have a line, that's when you become a feature.
Okay.
Right? And then maung in a line, you enjoy a regular, like a waiter or someone that works there, you know, or whatever the case. As long as you're a regular there, without lines, you're a featured extra.
Okay.
Yeah, the minute you get lines, then you're a feature. Okay. And then the longer one, where mhlampo shoot for a week, you appeared for 2-3 days, you know. Then now you're a by a cameo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
yes. So
role.
I
thought cameo was mostly when you are a character outside the show that plays themselves on the show? Like if AKA comes on a show and plays AKA.
No, that's also possible, but mostly cameos refer to short roles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, short
Also,
roles.
maybe it's just like an umbrella.
Yeah,
for
if you
that
just
as well.
appear here, so it's just under that umbrella.
Yeah.
So I started off doing extras kanjalo until there was an opportunity yokuthi ngisho one line. Yo angilalanga lokho busuku.
Preparing
I
the line.
rehearsed the whole that line, ngilungise the whole night. And then ngalala ke and I'll bengiphupha ngisesethini ngisho le line, you know.
Shows the excitement,
And then
bro.
I wake up ngivuke ngithi yithi ngiyogeza sengilate alarm ayikakhali. I realized it's 1 o'clock at night. You know. Ngivuke futhi ngithi I'm late. I realized it's 3. Hey.
I know that
I was so excited until I got there. I killed that one line.
Was this on Diepcity?
No, this was on Isthembiso.
Okay.
Yeah, Isthembiso Mzansi Magic. And then this other time I went there futhi kwafika kwathi khona umuntu on the line lana ke uvaba akakafiki lo muntu late. I'm like, oh, that's me. That's me. What? Oh, you sure? Yeah. Mara ngisitholanga script. I was lying.
Oh shit.
You know? So banginike script ngasifunda fast, I delivered that thing. You know what I mean? And then next time,
You took chances, bro.
I took chances. And that's the one thing that you need to do when you're coming up. You know, you need to stand out. Apparently, but who to Jay-Z? What did Jay-Z say? A mouth that don't talk, don't eat. Something like that. Yeah, he said that about Jay-Z when he said, "Yo, can I jump on this and lahleli verse?" That's how Jay-Z became Jay-Z. I mean, no, Kanye West. Sorry, he said that about Kanye West. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's how people got to know Kanye West through that little feature nyana. You know what I mean? So now Minje, I tried by all means to stand out.
I totally gap feeling.
I totally gap. I jump in. I dive in. So I did that, and then I moved to features. I did features and juggling them with extras.
Okay.
And then I did a bit of Ufelani here and there.
Oh.
You know, I did Ufelani, and then I came back now as a lead
Hold on,
role.
man. Mount you did Ufelani. Is it I need on that show they're telling stories.
Yes,
And then the
true
people
stories.
get to play out the stories.
Yes,
So you did that.
I was playing out the
As
story.
in, I always wonder how they do those things.
Yeah.
Like I've always also wanted to be one of those guys who talk,
So I was one of those guys. Hey, that guy was a killer, hey?
Were you the actual guy?
Yeah. I was playing
You're not
that
even a
guy.
victim, bro.
That guy's name is Mzwake.
Is
Okay.
it?
Yeah. So I had played prior. I had one scene on Ufelani before. So they liked me, then they called me for a main
do
role.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But if he's just
Playing
kidding.
Mzwake. Hey, that guy was a killer, man. And apparently the guy did not go to jail. But yeah, that's we're not
Yeah,
That's
That's not the story.
we're not promoting crime
So
here.
yeah. So bro, what separates you from this competitive South African arts industry? Because you're saying it's a competitive
Very.
industry. But when as umuntu ovele Zimbabwe, you've managed to penetrate and fit in like Kaka. What separates you from other actors in the South African industry?
Yeah, so for me, I'm very competitive on my lane.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like right now, I've seen that there's a gap in this Ndebele accent.
Sure.
Okay.
Right now, trust me, you're gonna see me on more roles. And as much as I don't know the future, I can foresee to what I'm gonna play more roles speaking Ndebele.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because I've been introduced to the game as that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what makes me stand out. Ukuthi I can bring something foreign to this. You know what I mean? Yeah. So those people that can speak those languages right now, there are very few people, because I remember when I got into Diepcity, they were still finishing the same production that shot at Diepcity is the same that shot at Hostel.
Okay.
So they were still finishing up in Hostel as season 2.
Yeah.
Right? And that's when I got to meet Java. And like, oh, you're from Zim? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, Gonje,
Who's Java the
yes, Java there. Yeah. Because he was on Hostel as well.
Okay.
So he's like, oh, so Gonje, who was playing the Ndebele guy? And he says this guy, the guy who used to play Umuntu Odlala, the Ndebele character. You know, I forgot his name. but he was like one of the few people that play those type of roles. You know what I mean? So basically, me now right now, I filled a huge gap.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So like I feel like every time they're gonna
They need someone
a
like that.
Ndebele guy,
It's
I'm
gonna
gonna
be
be
you.
there. It's gonna be hey that guy. I remember
Yeah,
doing a
plus-
voiceover.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need someone that's gonna speak his Ndebele. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And yeah, it was.
Plus nxa befuna abanye abantu yabona jail lapha
Hey,
Let's go, let's go.
yabona phela
Yeah.
hancho phela
Yeah.
ama extras lapha jail yabona
Yeah.
batshela ukuthi
Ngizobatshela, sure, hayi, ngizobatshela niswi.
si natural.
Uyangikhona ngami.
Vele, Great Job, how much of that
Yeah.
script is like you improvising and or Vele, the structure of the show, how much do you get to improvise and how strict is or stiff is the
Yeah, so we good Diepcity. The interesting part is we're working with Umandla N.
okay?
Firstly, the guy is an actor himself.
Yeah.
You know, we've seen him on Ses Top La or Nestemba, I think.
Yeah.
You know, so since he's an actor, he understands the limitations that actors have. Mabenegu script. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So as a director, he came with a different approach. Ukuthi, somehow he has this spiritual thing about himself. Ukuthi makakasta, you know, somehow he always lands on point.
Okay.
In terms of casting you not too far from what you are.
So
You
you,
know what
don't
I
have
mean?
to really
Yeah, so you don't have to stretch too much. I don't know how he does that, but somehow he always lands on the right person to play that role. You know what I mean? So when with Diepcity, we're not very limited.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I understand the Christian world.
Yeah.
I understand that a lot, and I'm also like ngikhulele vele in that setup. You know what I mean? And ngisonta khona, I'm even a worshiper in asesontweni and all of that.
Sure.
I'm part of the praise and worship team.
Yeah.
So in terms of his script, you can improvise, man. Like you can
can
literally
always try
get
and
there,
improvise,
and
yeah.
Mandla N is like, yep. Okay, hey, there's too much fluffing here. Like I don't see that. Nansi into ebalulekile
Let's get
okumele
it just
siyisho.
now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's cut out all of these uninteresting things and let's make it interesting. So for Umandla N, if the scene is not funny, make it funny.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So now that involves ukuthi you bringing in your own ideas
And
as well
understanding
as
how
an
that works,
actor
yeah.
and really cutting out kakulu, a lot of lines written. Yeah, I'm sure script writers don't really like us much because we cut, but it's not our fault.
Yeah.
And
You know what
which
I
I
mean?
think it makes your job easier.
Yes, it does.
In
It
the
does.
sense you become flexible.
Yes.
Editing into enozifunayo.
Sure thing,
Like,
sure
yeah.
thing, and it makes it look more natural. And if you are controlled by a script, ay,
So when
usi
you
robot,
scream,
and it has no
yeah.
flavor
So
as
it's the
well.
element of a human being.
Yes. The reason why Diepcity has so much flavor, it's because we're free in terms of manipulating scenes.
Yeah.
Some scenes that you see on Diepcity, those scenes, Pella, they're not as hot as they are on the paper.
Yeah.
Okay.
Than Maisi Vela on screen.
Yeah.
Must try deliver.
Yeah, you can get there and the director's like, this
Let's
scene
just
is
try
too
this
weak,
out.
man. It's Aina next. What can you do to bring the drama?
So
And then that's when we bring it, yeah.
yeah. What's your take on foreign nationals, maybe let's say Zimbabweans or Nigerians that come to South Africa and trying to pursue acting career or other things such as maybe music and end up being what's the word, like
Trying to fit in?
yeah, trying to fit in, like sebe disown lapha bavela khona, like I'm not Zimbabwean, I am of South African heritage with a Zimbabwean background, like trying to find fancy words to describe their nationality.
So I think people accept you more when you're yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Abantu ba accept more when you're yourself and you're open to saying I'm from Zim. I mean, the reason why I have not hardly received any buyela ngini or hamba, go back home when I'm foreigner or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, the reason why I've like there's only one comment or two times where I've experienced that in my years of working in Diepcity or in my years of being on the spotlight.
Yeah.
You know, the reason why I don't get any of that, it's because I came out straight to I'm from Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mangithola kunama arguments and all of that, and people take me, but no, he's South African, he's just acting. No, he's Zimbabwean, no,
But
he's
people
our.
think that-
But don't say
Yeah, because I think,
you know what I mean?
I think it's a situation where I feel like Zimbabwe have a tendency of supporting their own when they start making
When
it.
they start making
Like, when
it,
they're
That's
yeah.
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ukuthi right now you are doing it big, good Diepcity.
Yes.
All of a sudden, South Africans, of course, like the industry khulelekile,
Sure,
obviously,
sure.
they would want to own you.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
against this two chat,
Angangiwakithi lo.
Maz.
Yeah,
Uzimafaji.
Sasisonke.
I'm sure lo mafaji la
Yeah,
yena
like,
ubona ukuthi alenga ngitshali.
Ngangingamshayela ihlo lo mbuze.
Ngitshali.
Wayekuthiswa yini lo?
So yeah,
yeah,
but
that's interesting, man.
you get accepted more
who
when
you
you're
are.
from for who you are.
Yeah.
And one thing that I've noticed, I spent a good ever since I came to SA. And
Yeah.
when I realized what I want to be in this industry. So I spent a good 10 years ngizama ukufunda isiZulu because I'm trying to fit in the industry.
Yeah.
You know, only for me to go back and now have to relearn Isindebele.
And for your
You know what I
breakout.
mean? Yeah,
What I've got
after
your
10
breakout
years.
thing, isn't it?
After 10
It's
years
crazy,
of,
yeah?
of learning
Zulu,
Zulu,
trying
and
to
then you
fit
come
in,
back,
yeah.
we want you to play in the Ndebele guy.
Yeah.
Now you have to relearn your language. And I'm like, so now what I like to say, Mina, is your success is attached to your background.
That's true.
Yeah, don't undermine where you come from. So where you come from might actually contribute to, otherwise without Isindebele, I wouldn't be here.
So do you remember having those scenarios where you were pretending to be South African, but
Yeah. Hey, no, but I've never pretended to be South African.
Yeah.
Because I saw so many people getting caught on that and were getting called out on that.
And village, it becomes a tricky
Yeah, I know.
landscape
So
then.
I was like, hey, maybe if I go to Botswana, then I'll be more accepted. Because
Yeah.
Zimbabwe is a laughing stock.
Yes,
When you're
Yeah, that's true,
from
bro.
Zim, you're a joke.
That's true, bro.
You know?
yeah, it's a difficult
Yeah, so
burden to
like,
carry.
yeah, like when you're from Zim, ngathi siphume emahlathini or something, you know? Like, yeah, you're from Zimbabwe, so do you guys have roads there?
Yiko babesenza ama-ID ensimbi.
Yeah.
Ngathi kunzima lokho.
Kunzima kuyasisinda
Go, you
lokho.
know.
Kuyasinda lokho
Yeah,
man.
yasinda lokho.
Oh, bro.
Yo.
So you come from Zim, nje, uyinhlekisa nje.
Kumele kube
So
tricky,
what I used to say is, yeah, my mom is from Zim, but my father is from
of course,
Botswana. Yeah, ke Motswana. You know, where you from? Gaborone.
Yeah,
Well,
That's the
Yeah.
only one. That's the only one you
Yeah.
know. You know, but then babengibama, my wona to khuluma isijeki ndoda.
ngathi jeke
Jeke.
Ingathi khuluma isijeki. You know.
Jeke, sikubani.
And over time I was like, hey, ayisebenzi lento. That's when I was Yeah. And the minute I started saying I'm from Zim, that's when they started to accept me. And laba bangasi that keep on saying, no, my father, my mom, and my uncle was my ancestor.
Because very part of the problem with that is it looks like you have something to hide.
Yeah.
And
Even
obviously,
if it's the truth.
Yeah.
Like,
So
we
much
know
you
that
have something
story.
to hide. Whereas if you come out open and you say, I'm not checking, I'm not put that check.
Yeah.
Mina ngisho ngalevel lapho uqedile, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Do you remember what you did with your first biggest paycheck?
My first biggest paycheck.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So for
Hey,
me it was
been that long ago. I want to get you
for me
Princess, I hope we get
now that reminds me, because I've been trying to track my biggest paycheck. My
Yeah.
biggest paycheck was 5,000 rands. When I firstly received 5,000
Oh
rands.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for the first time. That was 2015.
Yeah.
After shooting an advert here at DSTV. And I was a featured extra, no lines. Even the main actor had no lines, but because I was sitting next to the main guy, you know, that's how I got, because the corner, what we call a usage fee, there's a call fee and there's a usage fee.
Okay.
My call fee was 1,000 rands.
What do we have?
Yeah, you're working for that day.
Yeah.
You know
But
what I
what do
mean?
we end up using you or not?
And then ukuzovela on the final product, that's the usage fee.
Okay.
So mina ngavela on the final product. But benga understand yonke lento because I was new in it. It was the first time in shoot advert. So yafika the first payout was 1,000 rands. Then after 3 months, ngazwa nhleng 5,000 rands.
Hey.
I see the message. I'm like, okay. Okay. Ngibuka, I had to call the agent. I'm like, didn't you just send me any money, a mistake, or what's happening? She's like, no, it's from the DSTV. But I'm like, you paid me already.
That's enough.
Like, no, it's yours, man. I'm like, okay.
Thanks.
Okay. Thank
What
you. Thank you. Yeah, that no. Yeah, for the first time. Like,
the first time.
I'm here
What
now.
up?
You know,
what's
my
up?
friends all actually got caught at Pep. Yeah. They got caught, and that time I was not there.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, Mobe Banjo, I was not there. I was at church. Then how much it
See?
azongilanda azongimele sontweni. Azongimele sontweni athi bayakufuna lapha ePep. Nibanjwe nodwa. Bengekho. They took their shoes.
Yes, yes.
Damn,
Why
bro.
do you syndicate? Boss wenu.
Yeah.
Oh, did you guys watch who? It's like this Denzel Washington movie. Where he plays? Is it Frank White? Is it American Gangster?
Yeah.
Hey, when they end up
Eish.
getting, I think they always say check. That's how they catch him. They put me check. So American Gangster.
Yeah,
It
mangiphuma
took me
manje
boys,
ngimele ra.
Yeah. So,
You
bro,
know?
are you in a relationship? What's your current relationship status? Are you
Bang
married? Are you single?
Bang
and
derereng.
searching? Ukhona sisele enhlekisanayo.
Come to princess ubhekile la.
Ngifree.
Ala ngathi ukhona
Princess,
umuntu la.
ngifree.
This answer took too long to come. Ukhona umuntu la.
Yeah, ukhona umuntu, but it's complicated right now.
Damn.
We're in a phase. Ayibona leyo nto. Eish,
Jolo
umjolo.
hlula nabafundisi.
Umjolo ufuna. Silo nosathalo.
Yeah.
Yo, umjolo. Yeah, it's complicated right now.
Because bengifuna ukubuza ukuthi lahlangana njani. How did you meet your current woman?
Yo. Hey, lo mjezo ngikhulumisa ezinye izinto. Ngicela ufuna ngikhulumisa ezinye izinto. But okay, foot massages nyane espanini. You know, my cat ngicela ungimassage. You know, she's not my type. I'm not her type. You know, vela ngekho too expensive. You know what I mean? I don't deal with this type.
Also, njalo
You
baby
know?
when on a public platform.
Yeah,
Uthini
so
kahle.
not Bella, that's in my mind. Initially, that was the
yeah.
case. I'm like, my foot massage, hand massage. You know, until, and while during that, we had a lot of
Who
conversations
was
in
massaging who in
between.
this?
He was the
I
one
was
who
massaging
I don't know
her.
what kind of signal he
Yeah.
was looking for. Also, actually not my type. Yeah.
So, massage. No, I wasn't her type either. I wasn't her type either, because best talk was you know, angitshele, and I'm like, I'm not tall, dark, and handsome. I'm not. That's not my.
I would describe
those are
her.
not, you know what I mean?
mean?
So much, not all that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, now about tall, dark, and I'm not all that, okay? I'm not all that, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So during the massages, we had a lot of conversations until they happened so much that my feelings are qala.
There was a
So
relationship of
yeah,
The Bluetooth
we went to watch.
device
Was ready to
was
pair.
paired.
is ready to pair.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
went to Shaka Zulu, Siyobuki Shaka Zulu at Pretoria, in Pretoria. Pramdu was playing there, Umketez.
Okay.
He was playing there, and went to watch him. Yabona as his colleagues.
Okay.
So sithe ukuya kwethu nje laphana, a lot happened, and a lot happened. I was carrying her bag throughout State Theatre.
Kwavele kwaba.
Hayi kwavele kwalunga,
Imizwa
and
yakhe.
we sealed it with a date.
Oh,
And
that's nice.
I'm not gonna say who she is. Abaziyo bayazi, abangazi abazi.
Ndinomfundisi uzasitshela masesiqeda
Yeah, no,
i-podcast.
yeah, but yeah, man, lovely individual. Shout out to her.
Yeah, I think I'm
Lots of love.
complications. Local tea is complicated.
I know.
Yeah.
So-
I have a question. Like, what's one of like maybe the general misconceptions you think people get from you being an actor on TV? Like Huguti, for example, once you're on TV, everyone automatically assumes you're rich or some shit like that. Do you also have something that people kind of always assume it's a thing about you, which is not just based off the fact that you acted?
I mean, these people think I'm a happy person. You know what I mean?
Is it?
Like I'm Pastor Charleston. I'm always happy, all smiles and all of that. And but I'm not that. I remember this time I requested for an Uber, and then it's that thing. Yoguti, they're gonna drop you off there, and then Mabek drop her off. Gantivele is finishing off a ride at that same space.
Oh, okay, I know that.
So ngiya requester is finishing off a ride. Wehlisa umuntu. So lo sisi magehla ngimvulela umnyango uyaphuma ngiyangena. Akabongi. And I get pissed off by that. Why aren't you saying thank you? Like I just opened. Probably your boyfriend doesn't even do it for you. You know. Why aren't you saying something? Say thank you. Come on. You know. So I'm angry. I'm like akabong nokbonga lo muntu. The guy is looking at me. I'm like,
I'm a human being, guys.
Come on.
Nah,
in fact, So people expect a happy person out of me, and angaz, people
Like they don't allow you to just be a fool.
They can't separate character from you. You know what I mean?
That's difficult.
Yeah, it's
That's
very difficult because I understand now I'm always in your sitting room. You think I'm your friend now. Mawuhlangana nami. Justin!
I'm always in your sitting room. You think I'm your friend?
Yeah, you born Leo.
Let's say 7. Let's talk about on this podcast. You think we're your friend?
So now, you meet people and they're like, yeah, Charleston, Ancho bad. You know what I mean? And you are there being awkward and all of that, and you don't know how to respond to that. You're like, yeah.
Do you think that's the one? Which one do you get the most? Like, what's your most recognizable scene? You think people always bring up Mabekbon?
Why lingalale makhaya? Asifuni ukulala emakhaya. Yeah, where Charleston went rogue after he faced a lot of things, and it's like, Yazin, I'm gonna go to the pub. Go back home. He went there and they were like, unamango and I'm is like,
but yeah? When you got here, swashaya ngama-scenes.
So
there's
3 popular scenes, 3 or 4. One is why makhaya. The other one is when I was explaining to Asandu, so you meet people and they wanna explain that. Charleston, you know what I mean? It's all of that, and then the other one, of course, you know what I mean? Like, those are the popular scenes.
Do you remember like the
hey! My pep. I actually go to the streets and people meet me sometimes. They're like, hey, I'm my pep. I'm like, I can't. It was interesting. It was an interesting scene because Charleston was there explaining, passport but it was a story, and that was an improv as well. It was an improv because it's always people trying to run away from ukuthi ikhona endlini hoping ukuthi iphoyisa lizokudedela. You know what I mean? So it was that one, and the other one engayisha nozikhona Sodlaka, who plays, I think she plays Abdul's wife, Abdul's character's wife on The Wife. And it was where Charleston was trying to fagaza for the girls. No, they are innocent. And he's coming. It was very interesting because he's going to Upoyis Utai, Mumfundis Walapa at Diepcity, ohlonipheke kakhulu. And the cop picks up Uti. There's a foreign accent here. Like I want to take now up on my pep.
of which
I got pay look umfundisi. Mama bathe ngilanda ama pep.
And I feel like character Charleston portrays what exactly is happening on the street right now.
Yes.
These are the struggles which Zimbabweans face. I was having a conversation with Cohost Yamuguti. One thing people should ask themselves, especially the South Africans, is Zimbabwean is willing to go through all that. Like police,
surviving kunzi, working bare minimum jobs.
South Africans, how bad is the situation in Zim?
To put up with because I mean, you leave your home, you come here. you face all of that, uhlala endlini enekhethen,
Dog,
dividing
Oh.
niyashare and all of that. And
17.
it's
17.
17.
You know what time it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it must ring a bell. Look, I know it's really rough.
For someone
But
to
then
do this.
again, what South Africans are saying is, Tina, when we have a problem as South Africans, we solve it.
Yeah.
Why don't you guys go and solve
solve
it?
it.
We're like, they kill us. Like, Nati, we died in 1977.
Yeah, we died for
Yeah,
this
so you know what I
country.
mean? So Nani Amba Nyofa,
Yeah,
as long
die.
as, go and die. You know, I'm like, I don't want to die.
Like,
I don't want to die, you know
yeah.
what I mean? But yeah, it's quite hectic in Zim. It's quite hectic, man.
Do you
And
feel like maybe also because of maybe the duality of your ukuthi usuka waphila ngapha nangapha?
yeah.
Actually, my question is actually, do you think it's maybe burdensome for political narratives to sometimes be carried by people who are on TV? Like, you know, I'm sure as an actor you get asked a lot about what's your stance on the situation.
Yeah.
Whereas at the end of the day, you're not a politician, bro.
I'm not.
Yeah, you're just an
Kumele-
actor.
Yo,
So
See what I'm saying?
kumele uqalise uku-advocate
Yeah, so
for
many guys ukuthi you
ama
must have a
human rights
stance or
wabantu.
kufana
Yeah.
lokuthi like what happened in the World Cup khona ukuthi Germany was now taking a stance for, bro, you are there to play football.
Man, I have no clue about politics, especially
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Zim. I came here when I was 15. I have no clue what's happening.
I just found a job.
You know
I'm
what I
doing
mean?
a job. What?
Yeah, and then I'm playing this Zimbabwean guy. And nakona futi nakona like I said, I spent a good 10 years learning isiZulu and ngiyasikhuluma isiZulu. So now that I'm now speaking Zulu, I learned a Zimbabwean
Role,
role.
yeah.
And I literally had to go to the corner and listen to Amachite khuluma isiNdebele. You know what I mean?
polish it.
Yeah, so I polished it up as well. And then I took it to screen. Like I most of my adult life was spent here. You know, so I have no clue ukuthi kwenzakala nezimo. So manje mawuzofuna ukuthi upushe your political what
narrative
mina
ngawe.
angazi next.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Angazi next. Honestly, I don't have much to say about the politics, but I remember one thing that had people talking was when Charleston was in jail.
Yeah.
Uyayibona leyo, it had people talking because Charleston Lapiana, we had to see his background.
Yeah.
You know, how he came to South Africa, why he came to South Africa with the Zimbabwean economy collapsing and all of
Yeah.
that. He explains all of that throughout his journey as a jail. You know what I mean? And then now you're getting, and there was a lot of crying as well.
Okay.
You know what I mean? During that period. And now on Twitter, because I follow up on Twitter just to see comments. I was
Feedback.
advised, I was
Yeah.
advised not to do that because, hey, rough
It's a dark place. there.
Yeah.
but me being curious, plus I know how to take what you
Criticism.
call it, criticism.
Yeah.
Bro,
Thick skin.
I give that, so I'm able to take it as well. I
Yeah.
criticize a lot. So now I go there to see, and there were people there that were saying Diepcity is trying to push a narrative ngamaZimbabwean ukuthi sibazwele. You know, and what is Diepcity trying to do? Are they trying to get us to pity Zimbabweans? You know, and there was all of those talks. Ukuthi
obviously,
what
you
is
get
Diepcity
those.
trying to do? Kahle with, you know
I
what
think
mean?
Vele, the character you play is bound to open up conversations like
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that. It's pretty much going to be inescapable.
yeah, it
That's
was
what
a
I
small thing, and I'm like, okay. Hey, next thing, it's a big thing now. These South African first people are jumping in that conversation now. Ngiyayibona ukuthi it's big. That's when I was like, let me separate myself because I don't want to get in. Mina nje, I'm an artist.
Yeah.
I'm an artist, and that's what I like. Into engiyenzayo,
I-art.
ngiyenza into art, and the art reflects what's happening in the real world.
Yeah.
Ukuthi, I'm not trying to change people's minds. I'm just reflecting with
What's happening? It's a
this
mirror.
is us.
This is where we're at.
Yeah, I'm not saying, do you see yourself? What you're doing is wrong. Change. No.
Oh, you're saying
I'm
this is
just
the
saying
solution
this is
or the-
us.
Yeah, it's true.
Ukuthi wena wenzani ngayo, that's up to you.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the fact that people were talking that much, for me, that was a stamp ukuthi uyazini ispan sakho yasishaya.
Sefikile.
Yeah, there is a stamp ukuthi
You're hitting the
ispan
right
sakho
notes.
yasishaya. The
Yeah.
fact ukuthi people are talking and they're getting offended, which means they believe lento engiyishoyo. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And they're getting to, once you can emotionally move people also about it, you can tell ukuthi it's touching the right note.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think this has been an observation throughout this interview. Uguti, you seem so grounded, like as to being Chrispen Nyathi. Like you don't want to lose that identity as Chrispen. Like what keeps you in check as to not losing your identity as Chrispen Nyathi?
So this is something that I really developed, right? Like in these 2 years of working with Diepcity. You know what I mean? It's what I developed now, because back then I was very confidence was really low. You know what I mean? The confidence was really low because I grew up knowing shit, I have a big nose, I'm dark. You know, I'm not that handsome. You know what I mean? I grew up knowing that. Yeah. What? This is a big baby, man. This is... Oh, you've seen worse. Okay. Yeah.
We are exposed.
Yeah, no, man. I grew up knowing that I have a big nose, and that's something that I got to set. And when I'm on act, I make sure I use that nose. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's me getting comfortable with that. And there's an exercise that we do as actors, where you stand in front of each other, analyze each other, and I say, you are tall or you are dark. And then you say, yes, I am dark.
Is it?
You are dark.
That
Yes, I am dark. And I repeat it so many times, and you keep on saying, yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Hey, I'm thinking of the situation. Thinking of the situation is coming. Omobi.
Young yeah, until you be right, you have a cheese cup. Yes,
accept it. Like,
because when we speak, on the we show. Like, for example, if you watch Rhythm City, who fats, Bebembi's who fats. You know what I mean? His cousins, what's the name? Musamu played his cousin, and Begambi's only fooder. That means mafuta. Imagine how comfortable you need to be with that.
To be able to call to mafuta.
So you need to acknowledge that's who I am.
That. I think also it makes sense, because you always realize there's a lot of these actors who are like really famous, but they would have these things that you would have thought, if I get money, I would fix this. But I guess you get to accept it. But as one of us, is it Will Ferrell? Have you seen his teeth?
Yeah.
You know, you wouldn't say he's a famous multimillionaire. He has really fucked up teeth. Some of these guys have crooked noses. But then I guess that becomes part of...
Yes,
part of the brand.
It becomes part of the brand and who you are. And man, if you feel comfortable with that, you're good.
So in closing, who are the top 5 people in the industry we might say influenced the person you are right now, in terms of the acting, in terms of the character, in the specifically the South African industry? Or the top 5 people that have played a pivotal role in Chrispen?
In Chrispen.
Yeah.
I think some of them I learned them cutting an active seat.
Okay.
Because I've always looked outside of the industry. You know what I mean? The actors that I've seen, I'm like, yo, this guy's really good. You know, like Kahiso, the guy that played Mangi on Scandal. Yeah, he's now a director. Well, he's the one that made the movie Losing Lerato. You know, he inspired me a lot. He's very intense on screen. Then the legendary... what's his name? Silo Makega Ngcobe.
Yeah.
He influenced a lot of my
No,
acting.
say his real name. Say Achigat.
Archie.
Yeah,
there's even an Archie.
I saw it.
Archie. Very interesting. But it's him, Silo Makega Ngcobe. And then when I got to Diepcity, I got really inspired by Uzikona Bali, who plays Asanda. My God, that woman is brilliant.
Nice.
Asanda is brilliant. So, but mostly my acting personally, it was influenced a lot by outside actors. Your Joaquin Phoenix, who played the Joker 2019.
Oh yes.
Yeah, brilliant actor. Leonardo DiCaprio, very intense. You know what I mean?
That one thing.
Yes, that guy. A couple of overseas actors really inspired my acting. Very good people. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh, nice, bro. What can we expect from Chrispen going forward in terms of acting? Any new roles, movies, features, Hollywood?
Hey,
Oh, church, siyavula Satan Fighters.
Oh, singavula ne-Satan Fighters. Yeah. I think
big
that's one
cosign,
thing
bro.
to look up to. Please.
Yes, sir.
Athe sivula phi?
Nasivula khona.
Khona la.
Asizingane machens. But let's not limit ourselves, guys. We're going to be international.
Oh, yeah,
So
no.
I'm telling you,
We can have a branch that's
all of us are comfortable around cameras at this point.
Yeah,
So we can be televangelists.
No, we can do
We're
that.
onto something.
With
So future plans, projects.
Yeah, right now I am planning because as an actor I feel like there's the corner line for ukufika khona ndangafiki.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I want to go for classes here and there and focus on that. Improve on my craft so that I can be more competitive because I'm not always going to go for Ndebele roles where I have less competition.
Yeah.
I want those Zulu roles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Ngoba ngiyasikhuluma isiZulu esiphelele. Aha, mfowethu.
100%.
Yabona leyo.
Imina lami iyakhuluma isiZulu.
Ikhulumile vele wena.
La ikhuluma
Zulu
Iyakhuluma lami isiZulu yabo. So lami
Ikhuluma from amangcosa.
riyamfaka khona mfana isiZulu siyakhuluma.
Hey, achophele. Hey, madoda.
Here's a question, bro.
Yeah.
Have you done a sex scene? Would you do a sex scene? How far would you go in a sex scene?
Yo! Here's the thing, man. How far? Let me firstly answer these ones.
Yeah.
How far will they go? And have I done it and all of that? I think there's a lot of comfortability with myself and bro. I am short and I am a little skinny. I'm not like super skinny, but I'm skinny as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm working on push-ups nyana, you know, a bit of bulking up.
Definition,
Yeah, you know what I mean? A bit of shape nyana.
Sexy
Then maybe I
pasta.
can say, sexy pasta. Then we can go for a
Those kind of
role.
scenes.
Yeah, but right now I'm not comfortable with being shirtless. Ibona Leonto in front of the whole world. I'm not yet comfortable with that. You know what I mean? But I know once you become comfortable with that, it's brilliant on screen.
Do you think? Okay, it's fine.
But there's one that I did, a sexy scene, nyana, shooter. You know those cameras?
Oh yeah, those handheld ones.
Yes. Yeah, we're shooting with that, shooting movie. But it's going to Mzansi Magic, you know. We know someone.
Like
And there's a lot of those. Yeah.
Tell me what you go porn
a
now.
shy six.
Hey.
So
A South
we
African
didn't,
pasta.
I didn't go all the way, but it was a kissing scene.
Okay.
You know, I'm a colored chick. I'm The smell was horrible.
Shame.
It was
Cut.
But
Let's go roll. Let's go again.
yeah, but I was also trying to enjoy it because it was one of my first kisses.
Yeah.
So, at the same time, I'm trying to enjoy this kiss.
But
mara,
you're
hey,
professional.
ngapha kunuka insango, ngapha, horrible
It was one of my first
experience.
kisses.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the future project, learning.
I still didn't answer. Wait.
No, he mentioned
No,
about
like ebe khuluma.
Yeah.
They don't know sombuza ngesex scene.
Oh, I got
Yeah,
excited.
Yeah, they know. Yeah, but
Okay.
this is file of a routine closing. What can you expect from?
Okay, so for me, Joe Bangshilo classes. And then I'm gonna be attending a lot of auditions as well. So maybe adverts here and there, and then more behind the scenes because I've begun to enjoy teaching. If you're following my page, you're gonna see that I have workshops here and there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I enjoy teaching more than acting
You're
itself.
actually very well spoken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I picked that up about you today.
Yeah.
So I can tell you'd make a good teacher.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
enjoy it. I love it so much, you know. If it was possible, if I was in Hollywood, I'll probably be pursuing that in acting. But because we're in SA, we're in Africa, where you cannot make a living out of that, you know.
So you have to
So you have to balance both. Yeah.
Alright,
yeah.
no, bro. Tina from ByoPodcast Ingxoxo 99 team. We wish you all the best. Sikufisela ukubona Marvel, Black Panther.
Yazi.
Soon, like, bro,
Was it
all the
Steve
success,
Rogers?
bro,
Yeah.
and most
Put
importantly,
down your shield.
Unjovu.
Oh, mina ndikuchichaka.
What doing a Steve Rogers?
And most importantly, it's time to go like for giving us the opportunity to
Nah.
document this, bro, because interview is going to last for generations and generations. I'm 2000, I'm 2020, like they'll be saying, Ukulu, like Ukulu,
yeah.
So, bro.
That's crazy. Hey, that's crazy.
We really appreciate you for that. Man.
Yeah. No,
Thank you
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yo, it's been an hour already.
It's actually been an hour 40.
Actually, before you go, Mgcini.
Yeah.
Mfundisi, kade sikhuluma lo Charleston manje.
Hey.
Charleston.
Hey.
Uma umfundisi ufonile lapha uthi upheka ukudla kwakho okuthandayo but wena ku-interview. So somtshela ukuthi hayi no mama lapha ngisaze ku-interview lapha ngihamba njani. Nasifone.
Okay. No, I didn't do my witchcraft because you know as an actor there are things that you do.
There's a process here.
Hey. Mana kancane. Mama. Yeah, angisabambekile lapha ku interview lapha le ngxoxo 99 ibhulawayo podcast. Atsho thina senza izinto ezi serious. Yes. Akakutshela. Ithi laba. Umbhida. Okay. Ayazi mfakela lapha na ekhabothini lapha nofihla ukukhangela amagundwana angangeni. Okay, bye-bye.
Yes, sir.
Nice one.
100%.
Bro. This has been ByoPodcast.
I know you from the inside out. We do some real talking at my mama's house. We finna get something for $1. We might just hit home in a Honda.